natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmett Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550. QC Kinetics, 400-4550.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Ugh, what wrong? Need wood for fire.
I go get. I got wood for fire.
What takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
My bad. You wash hands?
Of course. What caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. As most of you know, we have intern Natalie. She's in the building. And as part of her internship, she has to come up with stories to discuss on the radio. And you have one?
I do. Apparently, a company named Axon, they're one of they're best known for developing the Taser.
They made the Taser.
Like police use.
Yeah.
So apparently, they said on Monday that it was halting plans to develop a Taser-equipped drone after a majority of its ethics board resigned.
So a drone that flies and then has a taser on it that can be deployed. So
right.
That would be a good way to stop a mass shooter, I would think, or something like that. You fly the taser in, shoot the mass shooter with the taser, disable him or her, and then you can arrest them and you save lives. How's that a bad thing?
Well, so after the ethics panel, they voted 8-4 to nix the project because they were concerned that developing this and putting it in the hands of police in over-policed areas in neighborhoods of color might be a bad idea.
But what's over-policed mean?
Well,
what's over-policed
that
mean?
depends on your viewpoint. But
What's over-policed mean? You mean in areas where crime is very high?
I think what they're saying is in areas where police have been thought to be too aggressive against people of color.
So it's only for in areas where people of color lived. It's over-policed. So a meth area that's a bunch of white trash people, that's not over-policed. So the drone will be okay in there, but not in the neighborhood of color. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying what the article said.
I'm just saying an over-policed area of color, but so it's okay to use a drone on meth heads.
Well, this is how it says it in the article, but I mean, I would say that it could that same thought
see how
process
the media
could go
see
to,
how I as the media just manipulated that whole story.
I understand.
I'm trying to as we're teaching Natalie the ins and outs of media. I'm trying to show her how the media can be some SOBs at times.
Well, they can, and I thought that was.
No, but I understand what you're saying. They think it could be overused, kind of like the K-9 unit. Originally, when the K-9 unit came out and everything, people go, we don't need K-9 units. Do you not remember the march in Selma when they sicked German Shepherds on people of color and everything? That's what they're going to do with K-9 units. And I understood the concern then, because if you looked at what had happened in Selma in the 60s, they had used K-9s on people of color erroneously.
Well, and if we want to go down that path, I could say that, I guess it would be better to over-police with a taser than over-police with a firearm.
100%. I mean, I'm just thinking that this is another way to, and I understand with all policing efforts, there is a chance overzealous or bad cops. Because there are such thing as bad cops. Let me just clear that up. Derek Chauvin was a bad cop. Can we just go?
Yes.
Even though the guy that he killed was a bad guy, that didn't mean that he's supposed to put his knee in his throat for 9 minutes.
Right.
Okay. So there are bad cops, but I kind of want the police to have as much good tools as they can have to help them do their job. And think about this: if you're the parents of one of the 19 children that tragically lost their lives in Texas, if that tool would have been available to the Uvalde police, although they'd have waited 50 minutes before they deployed it,
right.
If that had been available to them, I as a parent would have wanted every tool to try to take that shooter out as there was available.
Well, absolutely, and I think that it says that they had planned to nix it, and then after the Uvalde shooting, they decided to go ahead and produce it. And that's when the 9 members of the ethics board, and it says it's a group of well-respected experts in technology, policing, and privacy. They announced resignation, saying they had lost faith in Axon's ability to be a responsible partner. So,
I think that they, just from hearing about this, and I hadn't done a whole lot of looking into it, but if it's how close does it have to get to somebody before the taser can be deployed?
Yeah, they don't give that kind of information in the article, but I would assume it works just like a handheld taser, right?
10, 15 feet probably is the
maximum. And here's my thing, though: if you have a shooter in a school, if he sees a drone coming, doesn't he just shoot it down?
Who knows?
I mean, that's what I would do.
Depends on how good you are at flying a drone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could be faster.
I understand what the ethics committee is saying about the over policing. I get that, but that assumes that all policing is bad.
Yeah, and again,
and that's not accurate.
And again, I'd rather get shot with a taser than with a gun. So
100% you would. It's kind of like don't shoot with rubber bullets. I'd rather get shot with a rubber bullet than a real bullet.
Exactly.
So at the outset, at this though, so is Axiom canceled now that the ethics committee is all resigned? Did they nix the deal again?
Yeah. So they have once again nixed the plans to produce it. But
You know somebody's going to produce this.
yeah, I mean, we'll
Now,
see down the
now
road.
the cat's out of the bag. Somebody's going to produce a drone that has a taser on it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Somebody's
it's
gonna
going
take
to
over
happen.
So it's almost like, I think down the road, Axon might change their mind. Who knows? Because if somebody else is going to make it,
But
it might
that's
as well
that's
be
a
them,
huge
you know?
stance by the ethics board saying deuces.
Yeah, they were like, we're out. We're not doing this.
So, but I can see the value of having a piece of policing equipment like that. But
can
I could also see how it would be overused too, or used erroneously.
Yeah.
I can see that as well. But like you said, I'd rather erroneously be used instead of a gun being used.
Exactly. I mean, maybe it would be less police shootings if they had a drone that
Who knows
taser
what
you.
could have happened if they'd have just tased Derek Chauvin with, tased George Floyd with a drone taser instead of throwing him on the ground and putting a knee in his neck for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Could have been different.
Yep.
Could have been different. Although if he was on PCP, he might have just took the taser wires and pulled the drone down to him and smashed it on the ground. Who knows? Who knows?
I don't
know. That, I can see both sides of that argument.
Yes.
I lean more towards making the drone than I do not making the drone now.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how it could be extremely useful
Extremely useful.
Yeah.
Just don't abuse it.
Right. I mean, I think maybe you make it so that each police department has one or two of these. It's not like every police officer
it's not every patrol
right.
car. No,
yeah, exactly.
No, no, it would be it would be something that SWAT brought in or something like that.
Right, just like they have the bomb.
The bomb squad and the robot. Yeah, I can see it. I can see that as being just like not every officer has a canine. They bring canines in when they need them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same thing. So I think that there's actually some very good value if they built this kind of drone.
Yeah,
I think so. So, well, thanks for that story. Coming up next, she is in the building. Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin is here. She's going to take all your phone calls about your garden, your lawn, your flower beds, your trees, your bushes, anything that you grow in your yard that is, plant-based. She will help you with some advice. And by the way, the good thing about Carol Ann is if she doesn't know the answer right away, she goes, I'll find out for you if I can. Like she found out where some fig trees ended up. I just found out where they ended up. We'll talk to Carol Ann Baldwin next and take your calls on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The United States warned North Korea of a strong punishment if it conducts a nuclear test. As Washington has evidence, Pyongyang could soon set off its first atomic explosion since 2017. Quote, there would be a swift and forceful response to such a test, end quote, and said by Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman in Seoul, South Korea, in a Tuesday meeting with her South Korean counterpart. United Kingdom's Prime Minister Boris Johnson defeated a no-confidence vote by members of his party. The wave of recent criticism was not enough to take down England's leader. The final tally was 211 votes to 148 votes in a secret ballot on Monday.
That 359 ballots were cast, no spoiled ballots. I can announce that the Parliamentary Party does have confidence.
USA Radio News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Peanut farmers are being reminded about the importance of a good plant stand now to avoid replanting later. Clint Thompson has more details.
The University of Georgia Extension Peanut Team remind growers about the importance of promoting a proper plant stand now to avoid having to replant later. UGA Extension Peanut agronomist Scott Munford discusses what producers should be mindful of now that most of the state's crop has been planted.
It's just a gentle reminder to make sure to double check everything, make sure the planter's working like it should, make sure we're putting out our inoculants where we need to, our insecticides. There's still a lot of thrips around. We need to make sure that we're putting out our insecticides, make sure that hopefully our seed's been taken care of.
For more information, see southeastagnet.com. For Southeast AgNet, I'm Clint Thompson.
Leaf spot and white mold are two issues peanut growers across the Southeast are familiar with, but BASF Technical Service Representative Abraham Fulmer explains what Provosol fungicide is and why it can be an important tool.
Well, Provosol is a group 3, so it is a demethylation inhibitor. And what's special about Provosol is it actually breathes a lot of new life into an old class of chemistry. And the reason it can do that is because it was designed to bend and move and flex at the molecular level to really bind a lot of these more resistant strains. So in other words, what it does is it provides very long-lasting residual control with excellent binding properties to the fungus, which gives really good disease control for things like early and late leaf spot, as well as suppression to white mold.
Learn more about Provosol at agriculture.basf.us. Always read and follow label directions.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for pets.
Like cats, all the toys and treats and the fun little beds.
I like the dog section, the food, the chewies. Oh, pig ears.
Of course you choose the Easy Pet.
Right, because your cats are so warm and loyal.
I hope the doghouse is warm tonight.
It's never warm.
No, it's not. Can I help you?
Yeah,
catnip.
rawhide?
Catnip.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny with a thunderstorm in the afternoon. High today 87 to 89. Then mainly clear skies this evening. Low tonight 71 to 75. Wednesday will be rather cloudy with an afternoon and evening thunderstorm in spots. High tomorrow 88 to 91. Then partly sunny Thursday. High 87 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more.